Trump, for the past few days, has been trying to reassure his fans that he was not, as the media reported, rushed to a bunker over the weekend because of the protests around the White House. He just went there coincidentally to inspect it. He was checking the drapes, I guess. Except it turns out that that was not the case. Apparently, he was actually rushed there Friday evening, not during the day, Brian Kilmeade, but during the evening, after protesters began dismantling a temporary barricade outside the building, despite his claims that he was just inspecting it. So he did actually do that. That actually happened, but he has come up with a new idea, because the criticism from many people on social media calling Trump Bunker Boy now is that he fled from the White House down to a bunker, which he won't have to do anymore because he has decided to turn the entire White House into a bunker. Take a look at this. We all sort of expected this would come at some point.
Right.
What do you think?
And Mexico's paying for it too.
Now, are they? Yeah, I'm sure they'd probably be happy to in this case.
First of all, I look at this from afar, right? And I look at this president is so afraid of looking weak. And what this shows about the president is that there is great weakness there. I also feel like this is the reason the Democrats should hold a convention of some sort, because I think if 5 days later the Republicans are going to have a convention after the Democrats don't, they're going to point out the fear and the weakness on the part of Democrats for not going and having their convention because of this hoax of a disease. So in some way, shape, or form, this is how he likes to define things and define people. It's about Sleepy Joe. It's about Sleepy Jeb. It's or low energy Jeb. Mm-hmm. This is weakening the other side. Here he looks weak, and he has. I mean, he is the president who was taken to a bunker and has tried to convince people that he wasn't. There is this hunkering down and this bunkering down that's going on in the White House that really shows that there is a scared president here.
Yeah. Yeah, and I wonder, like, to me, it seems like the cherry on top of the chaos cake that Donald Trump in office leads to chaos in every area, public health, the economy, everything. And him having to, perch on the barricades inside the new White Castle that we're going to have, right, which, by the way, he would love to hole up in a White Castle. But anyway, I'd love every word of that. But anyway, do you think that Republicans will see it as we get to defend our man, like that he's being besieged, now we need to help him? Could that be seen as strength? To me, it looks like incompetence leading to him huddling behind a wall. Will they see it differently?
Well, I think that the wall that exists of support for Trump is starting to show some fissures. So he's putting in another wall. I mean, if we want to push the symbolism a little bit, you have Republicans who have now started being slightly more vocal. They're not heroes for being this way at all. I'm not trying to make it that way. But it is worth noting that you have Republicans like Ben Sasse, Lisa Murkowski, who said she's struggling as to whether or not to even support the president in 2020, understands and agrees with Mattis that it was a long time before people said that. So he has to fortify in some way if his main fortification, which is support in Congress, is starting to weaken. And I think obviously that's pushing this the metaphor a little bit, but it's really true. I think that it's very important to note that the president is scared of fortifications breaking on a border, in Congress, and in front of the White House.
Yeah, and really fast, I get what you're saying about the conventions, but the thing is, like, it would be incredibly dangerous, obviously. I agree. It's August. I don't know everything about it, but everything I do know makes me agree with you 1,000%. But I'm just, I'm looking at the politics of it, right? I'm forgetting the health for a moment, but this is what I predict they will do. And this is why there has to be some kind of representation, whether it's not having everybody there, but, having your main people in one place spread apart with fewer guests and fewer delegates and voting remotely and maybe doing a unified speaking venue or something like that. It can't be a Zoom convention as well. Yeah. Yeah, and the thing is, like, I already know exactly how the news is going to go. The Republicans are going to cram into the Taj Mahal or something, I don't know. And then 3 weeks later, we're going to find out that 300 of them have coronavirus as a result of it. and it won't matter because nothing matters. Like, every one of these events we've predicted would lead to people getting infected. We find out 3 weeks later they were infected, and then the world moves on because nothing matters.
Because nothing at all matters.
Yeah.
By the way, I should point out, when you said White Castle, you actually meant a White Castle. And I was thinking, I wouldn't mind being holed up in a White Castle. But I was thinking of the burger place.
No. So I was thinking of the burger place.
Oh, you were?
He is a well-known...
Okay.
He's a lover of burgers, but he'd also love the fact that it is a white castle.
Right. Okay. That's fine.
Do they have a blonde castle?
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.